Let's talk about Allemansrätten. Allemansrätten is a Swedish right to roam. It consists of 3 words, all man's right, meaning the right that all people have. It's an ancient tradition allowing you to move freely out in the Swedish landscape. This right was only recently put into law, but it has been a tradition since time immemorial. It also exists in Finland and Norway, and to a lesser extent in Estonia, Scotland, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. All of these countries have slightly different takes on it though, so I will only be covering the Swedish variant. You are allowed both on land and in the water, but there are some restrictions. Do not disturb or destroy. You cannot break branches on living trees, take their bark, or hurt living nature in other ways. You are, however, allowed to pick berries, some flowers, and mushrooms. In fact, many Swedish families have their own secret areas for mushroom picking. You cannot hurt protected plants, and try not to disturb the animals. This is their home, after all. Show some care. It's totally fine to camp out for a few days, but do be careful not to get too close to a house. Swedes like their distance, and you are not allowed onto someone else's yard. If the weather is good and there is not a risk of fire, you can start one. There may be some restrictions in place though, so always check what rules apply to the specific area you're visiting. Spending time out in nature is generally called Friluftsliv in Swedish, free air life. It's a big part of our culture, and although it has diminished some these past few years, quarantine has given it a bit of a resurrection. I guess when you're housebound, you start to really long for the woods again. Friluftsliv can mean anything from just going for a short walk to climbing cliffs and mountain biking. As long as there is no pressure to perform and compete, any way of just being out in nature can be considered Friluftsliv. The Swedish institution of nature care, Naturvårdsverket, defines Friluftsliv as a meeting between human and nature. It's a way to reconnect and relax. It's also an important, but sadly oft forgotten, part of school, introducing kids to the natural world and teaching them that we are part of the whole. It's very important, especially for school kids in the cities. I hope you learned something today, and go take a walk in the woods. It's nice, and you'll feel better.